Welcome back. Thor Conklin here. Today we have a very special show for you. Today is our 500th episode. Wow. Who would have thought? Stay tuned.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performance Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. 22 months ago, we started this journey with Peak Performers Podcast. If you asked me back then, would we ever be sitting here doing the 500th show, I don't know if that was actually even possible. You know, when you look at it and you break it down just one show at a time, it's easy to see how you get here. But looking back, it's amazing. We've had quite an interesting journey. We're now in over 100 countries, hundreds of thousands of downloads, some amazing, amazing guests. The quality of a show, at least in my opinion, has gotten a lot better. I hope you feel that way as well. Creating extraordinary results is not going out there and doing this huge thing all at once. Extraordinary results are created by doing the ordinary every single day, over and over and over again. Now, was it easy putting together 500 shows? No. It took a lot of work, a lot of mistakes, a lot of learnings along the way, and we got better at it. We have more resources now committed to it, but you got to do the basics. You got to do it every single day. Look, on iTunes, there's new shows created every single day. They come out of the gate, they do a couple episodes, and then what? It's gone. They don't do it anymore. Why? Because it's called work. It's hard to do. It's hard to do something every single day, day in and day out. It's hard to get up early to do it. It's hard to stay up late. We do a show Monday through Friday. We started off 7 days a week. I'm like, that's a little crazy. We did that for a while, though. Now it's 5 days a week. Well, guess what? You got to make sure you have enough shows. How do you have enough shows? You've got to record them. How do you record them with guests? You've got to get the guest. In order to get the guests, you have to prospect for the guests. There's a process, there's a chain, and you've got to keep all the parts moving. So if you want to create extraordinary, start with the ordinary. Do the things every single day. Get them on your calendar. Do them consistently, and then one day, 22 months later, you'll turn around and be amazed at what you've created. That's how success is built. Little bits every single day. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You know, I have a mentor that said, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. And what he meant by that was, look, in the beginning, you're not going to be that good. It doesn't matter. Just get started. Get going. Every single one of us, when we start a business, right, we start with no clients. Well, in most cases, we may start it off with one, but we don't have any clients. We all start at the same place. No clients, no revenue, an idea. That's what the podcast was. Simply a way for me to convey some of the knowledge that I acquired over the last 30, 40 years and to share that. And then it morphed into, let's get other people on the show that have expert advice. For the 500th episode, what I wanted to do is go back in time a little bit and look at some of the episodes, some of the great episodes that we did in the past. Because so often, especially for the newer listeners, what do you end up doing? You listen to this week's episodes, and then you wait for the next episode to air, and you're kind of looking forward. It's very difficult to actually go back, especially 500 episodes, and go, okay, what else do I want to look at? So I want to give you the opportunity in today's podcast. I'm going to give you kind of a Cliff Notes version and give you just a few of the guests that we had on and some of the things that they had to talk about. And this way, if there's an interest, you can simply go back, check out those episodes. So here, let's dive into them. And please, by the way, this is not an entire list. I'm not going to go through every single guest. I'm simply going to take a few and highlight them. Daymond Sewall, episode 9. Why wonder we have such a difficult time staying fit? Sugar, 8 times more addictive than cocaine. This stuff is going to kill us. He goes into great detail. If there's kids listening, make sure that they're not in earshot of Daymond Sewall because he does tell it like it is, and uses adult language very often. Episode 11, Fran Tarkenton, NFL quarterback, Minnesota Vikings, Hall of Famer. The lessons that he has in business and in life, playing on the field and off the field, check it out. One of my favorites, Pritchett III, author with over 21 million books in print. This guy is a stud. He's going to tell you how executives in the top performing companies, they don't take incremental leaps or steps. They take quantum leaps. They jump rungs. They figured out how to shortcut the system. Steve Wallace, 3-time Super Bowl champion with the San Francisco 49ers. Blindside tackle for Joe Montana. This guy has some amazing lessons about how to apply the lessons on the field of football into your business. Robin Benacasa, world champion adventure racer. I'll never forget what she said. I said, Robin, when you're in the middle of a jungle and you don't know which way to turn, what do? She goes, you keep moving. Because when you keep moving, your surroundings change. You start to see more. I love that. That will be with me for the rest of my life. Check out her episode. She can be found in episode number 82. Dave Sanderson, the last man off the Miracle of the Hudson. He was on the plane that went down in the Hudson. Find out what he learned and how to apply his leadership skills. Tanner Gears, Paralympian. Javelin. He's blind. I'll never forget him explaining when he found out that he actually could throw a javelin and they let blind people do it. He's like, I'm in. What a beautiful soul. Luke Tyberski, episode 143. He was tired of doing Ironman races. They weren't compelling enough. They weren't challenging enough. Hey, 140 miles, who cares? He decided to create his own triathlon, 1,250 miles. He swam from Africa to Europe, then biked something like 1,000 miles, and then ran 250 miles. It was crazy. I wanted to understand how his mind thinks. How do you get your body to do those kind of things? Check him out. Jeff Woods of The One Thing. What an amazing book. You talk about some great concepts, great interview. Check him out at 194. Ron White, National Memory Champion. You want to improve your memory? Find out some great techniques from Ron. Episode 293. Brad Stevens shows you how to outsource for less than you would ever imagine. Episode 319. David Allen, the author of Getting Things Done. Amazing interview with this guy. If you don't know what getting things done is, check it out. It will change the way you get things, quite frankly, done. L. Russ, having trouble with your energy? Sluggish? Feel like you're just getting older? Can't do as much? Check her out. How to create sustainable energy. Episode 345. Rod Keefe, have you ever thought about investing in apartment buildings? Well, check out Rod Keefe. He is a superstar. Episode 383. Chris Voss, 386. Head FBI hostage negotiator. He teaches you how to negotiate in the boardroom. He takes what he learned as a hostage negotiator and applies it to business. Jesse Cole, the owner of the Savannah Bananas, an amateur baseball team. He's taken that, turned it around. He talks about marketing. This guy wears a yellow tuxedo every single day. The guy ends up on national news. Why? He stands out. You want to know how to market yourself or your product? Check out his episode. Joe Williams, head trainer for Tony Robbins. Shared the stage with him for decades. Traveled around the world with him. What's it like to spend that much time with Tony Robbins? What did he learn? Well, you guessed it. He learned a lot. Check out episode 466. Are you running a business? Are you taking income minus expenses and creating profits? No. You want to take an income, take out your profits, and then run the business on what's left. Mike Michalowicz will show you how. Profit First Guy. Check him out, episode 484. Now, that's just a small list of some of the amazing guests that we've had on this show. You know, I've learned so much myself. As I'm doing these interviews, I'm taking notes. I'm learning all kinds of things. It's been a heck of a journey so far. I'm looking forward to the journey continuing and coming back on here. And not next year, I guess a little bit further down the road, doing episode 1000. I want to thank each and every one of you for making this show such a success. I really appreciate when you write in, tell me about what you love about it, what you like to see changed. Sometimes what you didn't like about it, that's fine too. I really appreciate you leaving those 5-star reviews on iTunes. That's really helped spread the word. And this show wouldn't mean anything if you weren't out there listening. So thank you very much to all the guests that came on the show and will be coming on the show. We wouldn't have a show unless you were here and gave of your time. So thank you to all the guests as well. As a special thank you for everyone that listens to the show, I'm going to offer to the first 500 people that write me, I'm going to give you the opportunity to send me a 50-word or less email. And in this email, if you're struggling with something in your business and you just can't seem to figure out how to fix it, you've tried different things, it hasn't worked, and you're just kind of stuck and you need some help here. If you send this to me, 500 words, 50 words or less, I will email you back a 4-step process to absolutely eliminate that issue, or at the very least, greatly reduce it. I've scheduled enough time in my day so I can get back to about 12 of these a day. So if the sooner you send it in, the sooner I'll be able to get back to you. Once again, I'd like to say thank you for listening. This show would not be successful without your involvement, you listening, you sending in the responses of what you want, what you don't want. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you. I love you guys. And we look forward to serving you for many years to come. Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.